Chapter 35.
No.
Sully absently dabbed at his eyes.
Yes. I don't know. Perhaps. Truth is, I'm not really sure anymore, old boy.
The man in red was looking intently down at the floor as he said, "Tell me what's bothering you."
I'm old.
The man in red laughed, very heartily and very sincerely. "No, you're really not."
And I have cancer.
The retired Commodore blurted out. The man in red lost his smile.
It's in my lungs. Stage 2. Last time I was at the oncologist,
Sully explained in a near whisper.
they told me I have 3 main areas they can concentrate on: medical, surgical, and radiation.
In the background, Purge's subdued, yet constant mechanical hum attempted to fill the heavy silence coming from the Time Lord. Sully continued.
The day I met you in Cardiff, near the beach all those years ago, back when you were blue.
The faint trace of a nostalgic smile briefly flashed over his tired and worn face.
That morning, I was out on my deck, staring at the beach, watching the tide roll in, enjoying my cuppa. You see, my wife had found out the day before. We were going to have a talk about treatment options when...
What out of the blue? The man in red sighed heavily. Comes an alien to kidnap you, without so much as a bio leave. And, come to think of it, I've never offered you any compensation. I've never given you an ETA on your return. I've never even let you contact your family. Sully held up a hand. The alien in crimson ignored this and continued. Don't try to protect me. I'm a selfish ass.
Come, lad, don't be hard on yourself.
The retired Commodore defended his friend, but then he thought better of it.
Okay, maybe you are. On occasion. Sometimes. Fairly often. Bollocks. The point is...
It's over. Mr. Red spun his scarlet fedora around his index finger. I need to take you back. To your daughter. To your grandchildren. To your home. Sully glanced at him, but soon returned his attention to some point far off in the distance, unwilling to make direct eye contact.
Traveler, I've known many great men in my life. Family, friends, even enemies. Of them all, I would say you are by far the greatest.
Like Muhammad Ali.
No, not even close. In fact, you know the word greatest can mean largest, correct? As in, largest horse's ass. It's the same as the greatest horse's ass.
The amaranth-clad CHRONARCH broke out into a grin. His retired Commodore companion stared upward thoughtfully.
Fine. You're right. You are an ass.
He slapped the Time Lord on the back.
But you've shown me things in your ship, taken me places in this time machine I would have never even dreamed possible, let alone be able to see firsthand.
Sully fumbled around with his cigarette pack for a moment, staring at it curiously. Then he gently laid it down on the floor, having thought better of it.
Can you help me?
He asked his temporally endowed buddy. The man in red stood. Of course I'm going to help you, Sully. That's what I do. I help. And I've got a plan.
Oh, no.
I'm taking you home. Absolutely. But before that, Purge is going to take care of your little issue.
Lung cancer is a little issue?
For High Lord of the Temporal Casual Nexus, yes. Purge brashly interrupted. Negative. It is not a little issue. Sullivan Dale Brontworth. Sully's face contorted in surprise.
Your formality frightens me.
I've been treating your cancer since the day you arrived. By the time Capes Ilonik Archivist Traveler takes you to your departure point, you will be in remission. The retired Commodore's eyes widened, and once more became a bit dewy.
I don't know what to say.
You must never imbibe tobacco again, Purge sternly intoned. Otherwise, it will be possible for the malignant cells to aggressively break their dormancy.
Dormancy? You're putting my cancer to sleep?
Negative. We are freezing it. Sully looked at the man in red. The cardinal-hued Time Lord tilted his head. Freezing it temporally, mind you, not temporarily. Sully's eyes were leaking again as he smiled.
Somehow I knew everything would just be fine if I just...
But I expect something in return. The retired Commodore stood up, smile still in place.
Anything?
By now, I suppose you've figured out that I'd like for you to come along with me for one last farewell ride. We'll most likely be taking Bro and Rock Dog for protection as well.
Sounds as if we're going someplace both fun and dangerous.
We're going to go check out some haunted stormfronts.
Scary storefronts? Like the Old West?
Not storefronts, Sully. Stormfronts. Or, as the locals know them, ghost clouds. The Man in Red shall return.